Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I'll be reviewing the new Bath & Body Works Groovy Summer collection. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get started. Groovy Summer is the second body care collection that Bath & Body Works has released for the semi-annual sale. I've already reviewed the Salt Shack collection, and will link that video in the description box if you want to check that out. I picked up 3 of the 4 scents in the Groovy Summer collection, but I already had the 4th scent and will provide details on that as well. I think the packaging on this collection is fun and very reminiscent of the 70s. The collection includes Groovy Watermelon, described as dancing barefoot in the hot July sun. Disco Daydream, described as peace, love, and good vibes. Golden Sunflower, described as glittering rays of sunset carried on a floral breeze. And the last scent is Rainbow Waves, described as a whimsical, fruit-filled daydream by the pool. Unfortunately, none of the stores in my area received Rainbow Waves, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be online only or if there was just a delay in shipment, but I have the 2022 version and will review that one. And now let's get on to the reviews. First up is Groovy Watermelon, which comes in a pink and red accented bottle and is a re-promoted scent with a new name. And this has notes of juicy pink watermelon, sugared strawberry blossoms, and lime zest. And this opens with a bright burst of sugary fruit. There's a nice mix of watermelon and strawberry, but the watermelon is more prominent. I don't really pick up on the lime. There isn't really anything sharp, but I can see how there might be some citrus mixed in with the other fruit. This smells really fresh and juicy and sweet, and I like how the fruit has a candied feel to it. I think that this is a great summer scent, and I really love how they use the watermelon here. And for comps, first I have the original scent, which is Pink Watermelon Blast from last summer, and it has the same notes of juicy pink watermelon, sugared strawberry blossoms, and lime zest. And it appears Bath & Body Works just renamed the scent to fit the theme of the new collection. But Pink Watermelon Blast has the same bright, fruity scent with the mix of watermelon and strawberry. These are both very sweet and candy-like, and they smell basically the same. If anything, my Pink Watermelon Blast seems to have deepened a bit, and the sugar has taken on a bit of a darker, brown sugary sort of quality. I really loved this scent last year, and I'm happy they brought it back because I did want another backup. Next I have Bath & Body Works Watermelon Mojito, which has notes of watermelon soda, pink rum, and cane sugar. This is a fresh, juicy watermelon scent that has a bubbly, boozy rum note. It's not overly alcoholic and also feels a bit green, as if the watermelon rind was included. There is some sweetness, but it's definitely not a sweet scent. These two aren't really similar, but I wanted to show how Groovy Watermelon compared to another current watermelon scent from Bath & Body Works. Watermelon Mojito is more like a bubbly watermelon soda with some rum, and doesn't have the candied sweetness of Groovy Watermelon. And then I have Melon Sorbet from Victoria's Secret, and this has notes of sugared watermelon and strawberry leaves. This is an older VS scent, and it's really sweet and fruity, and the watermelon has a sugary, candied quality to it, similar to in Groovy Watermelon. Melon Sorbet has some greenness though, and isn't quite as sweet or bright as Groovy Watermelon. Next up is Disco Daydream, which comes in the purple and blue accented bottle and I believe is a new scent. And this has notes of Cali Days, wild vanilla, and radiant coconut. And I'll start off by saying I don't know what Cali Days is supposed to be. I'm thinking we're supposed to maybe feel like this is like California festival type of feeling, but upon first spray, I instantly get something here that I don't care for. It smells kind of like starfruit or another sour-leaning fruit, but it could also be a sharp floral note. Behind that comes a soft, sort of fresh vanilla and a light hint of coconut. Based on the notes, I thought this was going to be a vanilla and coconut scent that was a little fresh and maybe had some sweetness, but this is kind of tainted by whatever is in that sharp Cali Days note. As it dries, that note does soften a bit, and then it feels more floral, and it's definitely better on skin, but I can still smell that sharpness, so I'm going to have to play with this some more to see if it grows on me. As you can tell, I unfortunately don't really care for the opening of this one, but the dry down is better and does get a bit sweeter. I'm really curious to see what other people pick up on in this scent. And for comps, first I wanted to mention Bath & Body Works Confetti Daydream, as I think people were wondering if this was the same due to the name, and I will say that these are not. Confetti Daydream has notes of fresh raspberries, sparkling pear, and blue iris, and it's a fruity floral scent that's very different from Disco Daydream. Next I have Bath & Body Works Fresh Coconut Colada, which has notes of coconut milk, vanilla rum, and pink hibiscus. And this is a creamy coconut scent with a light floral note and a syrupy vanilla. It smells a bit like a pina colada, but in a lighter, fresher way. These scents both have a freshness to them, but Fresh Coconut Colada is sweeter and more coconutty than Disco Daydream, and doesn't have that weird, sharp, sour note, so these two aren't really similar. Then I have Bath & Body Works Vanilla Coconut, which has notes of whipped vanilla, peach blossom, and warm coconut. And this is a warm, fresh vanilla scent. There's also a subtle floral note and a lot of creamy coconut. Vanilla coconut is a much richer, warmer mix of vanilla and coconut, and doesn't have the mysterious note like Disco Daydream. So again, these aren't really similar. Unfortunately, I don't really have a close Bath & Body Works comp for Disco Daydream, because I don't know what's in that Cali Days note, and it doesn't smell too familiar to me, other than feeling sort of like sour starfruit or some kind of sharp floral note. And the last comp I have is Coconut Sun from Victoria's Secret Pink, and this has notes of toasted coconut, sunny vanilla, and ylang ylang. And this is a bright, sunny scent with sweet coconut and vanilla. It has some sharp ylang ylang, but that note does fade as it dries. It's a sweet vanilla floral with hints of coconut, and the initial sharpness of the floral reminds me a bit of that unknown Cali Days note in Disco Daydream. The stronger coconut and vanilla in Coconut Sun overpower that sharp note though, which does feel more floral, unlike in Disco Daydream where the note is present much longer. This is maybe the closest comp, but it's still not close enough to be considered very similar. Next is Golden Sunflower, which comes in the yellow and orange accented bottle and is a re-promoted scent. And this has notes of sunflower petals, orange flower, and fresh vanilla. And this opens very floral and just a little bit green. I'm not exactly sure what sunflower smells like, as I don't think I have any other scents with that note, but the orange flower feels more familiar and softens the greenness of the scent. The vanilla is soft and airy, and the scent overall feels like a fresh floral with a subtle vanilla sweetness. This isn't a super strong or sweet scent, and it's pleasant enough, but it doesn't stand out to me or feel like something I'm going to remember to reach for. I don't really have any comps because I don't have the previous version of Golden Sunflower or any sunflower scents, but I wanted to test it against Bath & Body Works Golden Hour Coast because I like how the packaging looks together. They both feel very fall to me. The notes are very different though, as Golden Hour Coast has Sunkissed Bergamot, Golden Pear, and Radiant Woods, and it's really a fruity scent. But these both give me sunset in a field vibes. And the last scent is Rainbow Waves. And again, I have last year's version from the Pride collection, but the new version comes in a blue and yellow accented bottle. And this has notes of sunny sangria, bright melon, and misty waters. And this opens with a lot of fresh, juicy melon, and a bit of a sparkling quality that has a bit of an alcoholic feel to it at times. It also feels a little aquatic with a kind of airy freshness. I don't generally love melon scents, and this one doesn't have enough sweetness for me, so this scent isn't one of my favorites, and I haven't really worn this one from last year. But if you like aquatic or melon scents, you may want to give it a try. And for comps, first I have Bath & Body Works Summer Melody, which has notes of golden honeydew and bronzed vanilla. And this is a candied melon scent that's very sweet and fruity. But it's more on the vanilla side than it is fruity, and the vanilla is warm and a bit syrupy. I like this combination much more than in Rainbow Waves, which is much less fresh and doesn't have the same vanilla sweetness of Summer Melody. And then I have Melon Drench from Victoria's Secret, and this has notes of melon flesh, coconut waves, and bright clementine. And this is a juicy melon scent that feels like a mix of cantaloupe and honeydew. It also has some freshness from the coconut water, as well as some citrusy brightness. And I end up with a subtly sweet, coconutty melon scent that smells more like coconut than it does melon. So these scents aren't too similar, but if you prefer a sweeter melon scent, I would recommend Melon Drench over Rainbow Waves. Overall, this collection was kind of a miss for me. While I like the attempt at a groovy themed collection, I sadly didn't really like most of the scents. I won't even bother to rank these because the only scent I really love is Groovy Watermelon, which isn't even a new scent. I am glad that they brought Pink Watermelon Blast back, but I wish it had been in a nicer collection. As far as the other scents, I don't hate any of them, but I don't know if I'll really reach for any of them either. Golden Sunflower's opening is too green, but after that, it's a nice enough scent, albeit a little too floral for my liking. Rainbow Waves is too aquatic, and I don't really like the melon, so I don't see myself wearing it. And Disco Daydream is a bit puzzling. I hate the opening the most out of all of these, but the dry down is actually not bad. After a half hour or so, I actually like it more than Golden Sunflower or Rainbow Waves, but I don't know if I'm willing to get through the weird opening to get there. So that's it for my review of the Groovy Summer collection from Bath & Body Works. Let me know what you think of these scents and if you're going to pick any of them up. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.